Minutes before 9 o'clock, let's talk to Congressman Lou Barletta, who joins us now. Hi, Congressman.
Good morning, John. Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning. Okay, tell us your reaction upon hearing the news that Osama Bin Laden was killed.
This is the day we've been waiting for. Hopefully this will bring some comfort to the families who've lost members on September 11th. And not only September 11th, this is a man that had the blood of Americans for some time now, even prior to September 11th. So, it's a day when we need to commend President Obama and President Bush for their vigilance. They vowed that we would bring him to justice or bring justice to him, and that's what happened.
We've had a lot of text messages, a lot of phone calls and so forth, people wondering about what this will mean on a day-to-day basis. I mean, are we looking at further restrictions on security at airports, or are we looking at peeling that back a little bit? Will this affect gas prices? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I guess, we're going to find out what the post-Bin Laden Al-Qaeda will mean, and who will emerge from this organization to fill that void. He's been isolated for a short time now, but we'll be curious to see who will be the first to come out publicly. This is far from over. This Al-Qaeda will not simply go away, but we have to commend, the United States military and our intelligence community for what they did. It took some time, but we hunted them down, and we need to continue making sure that Al-Qaeda does not rear its ugly head again.
Congressman Barletta, do you think this will have any impact on the wars that we are fighting in Afghanistan? Do you think that this will change anything or accelerate any kind of process? We hear people talking about getting out of there. Any thoughts on that?
Well, again, I'll be anxious to see, what the reaction in Pakistan will be. As you know, I feel they've been on the fence because of the Taliban there. So we'll see what happens there now, and what influence this will have on Pakistan in fighting the war in Afghanistan. So I believe it will, and we'll be getting a briefing this afternoon in Washington. So I'm sure there's a lot more to learn and a lot we don't know.
Well, and probably too soon to ask because of the fact that the briefing is yet to come. But, last night the president said with the cooperation of Pakistan, this morning we're finding out the president of Pakistan says he found out about it in a phone call from the president.
Yeah, well, that was a very sticky situation there for President of Pakistan. Again, they're getting a lot of aid from the United States. At the same time, most people felt that that's where Bin Laden was, and what did they know? But John, we don't know what intelligence we got from Pakistan or others there. So,
or whether it was official government intelligence or just people on the ground.
What are some of the questions that you have? Because what happens a lot of times is, you hear the information, like you said, you're going to be briefed. But what are some of the questions that are important to you that you think you and your colleagues might be asking or want some more information on?
Well, Nancy, I'm curious what the long-term effects will be, and again, looking back here at home, if we're anticipating any backlash from any homegrown jihadists, and again, you would imagine that this will bring some kind of revenge somewhere, and are we, again, what are we protected here, and what do we need to know to make sure that Americans are safe? But one thing we do know is that we have the greatest military in the world, and the mission that they pulled off was just incredible, of how powerful and how smart, and really this just makes me very proud to be an American, the men and women that serve us and protect us.
Yeah, a lot of people feeling that today. We're getting reports also the body was buried at sea. Would you have a problem with that if that had happened so quickly?
No, I don't. I'm sure they put a lot of thought into what they will do when they, when they kill Bin Laden, and what they didn't want is a shrine, put up for him or where he was, and keeping his body somewhere would, I believe, would create greater problems than burying him at sea. So no, I'm sure they put a lot of thought in what they were going to do when this day came.
You think we're going to see any pictures or get any kind of information? Is that something that you guys would press for? Do we have a right to see any kind of videos, do you think, that happened inside that compound?
Well, I'm sure that the CIA and the administration are going to be very careful as to what they put out there and what the reaction will be. If there's any backlash, I don't believe if they're anticipating a backlash by doing that. I would think we'd use good judgment not to put Americans in harm's way by doing that. So I'm sure that they're thinking that through as well.
All right. Well, Congressman Barletta, thank you so much. Keep in touch and let us know what's going on there as the situation unfolds and you guys get some more information.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. 16 minutes.
Lou Barletta.